All right, so we're about to dive into what might be one of the shortest, but also most shocking poems you'll ever read. Seriously, it starts out like this beautiful, delicate piece of art, and then it just ends somewhere completely different, somewhere terrifying. This poem has a secret, a huge one, and we're going to figure out exactly how it pulls off this incredible trick.
Okay, just listen to this. So beautiful, right? You can almost picture it, can't you? This really soft, lyrical imagery. You've got blossoms, you've got snow, a peaceful dock. It just feels so calm, so poetic. It's like we're stepping right into an old Japanese painting. It's all about pure tranquility.
And then, bam, the gut punch. The whole mood just shatters. That peaceful scene, it's completely hijacked. Suddenly, we're reading the cold, brutal language of a ransom note. The tone flips on a dime, from this quiet, poetic thought to an urgent criminal threat. It's just, wow. It's an electrifying shift that honestly leaves you breathless.
So you gotta ask, right? How? How does a poem do that? How can 5 little lines give you that kind of massive emotional whiplash? And how does it disguise a threat as something so beautiful? Well, that's the mystery we're gonna solve. Let's break down the poet's technique step by step. Okay, first things first. If we want to understand how the poet Paul Violi totally broke the rules, we have to know what the rules were to begin with. And see, the poem's title, Tanka, that's our first and biggest clue. So, what exactly is a tanka? Well, it's this classic Japanese style of poetry that's been around for centuries. It's always 5 lines, and it usually focuses on a single, really insightful moment. You know, think nature, deep emotions, a quiet observation. Just the name Tanka sets up a very specific expectation for anyone who's reading it.
And these are the classic ingredients, the things you'd expect to find. You're looking for a natural image, right? Maybe a little hint of what season it is. You're expecting some kind of personal feeling, love, loss, the beauty of nature, that kind of thing. And hey, those first 2 lines of Violi's poem, they fit the bill perfectly. Blossoms, snow, we're sitting there thinking, okay, I know exactly where this is going.
All right, so let's get into how this all builds up to the ultimate bait and switch. This is where we really see the mechanics of the shock, because Violi isn't using the Tanka form to honor it. Oh no, he's setting it up so he can completely hijack it for his own modern brutal purpose.
And this is so cool, you can literally see the poem break in half here. On one side, you've got the setup. It's pure poetry, soft, calm, traditional. And on the other side, bam, the twist. A modern, criminal threat. The language gets so harsh, demanding, terrifying. The poem just splits right down the middle. This perfectly shows the main trick he's using. It's called juxtaposition. And yeah, it's a fancy word, but all it really means is slamming 2 totally opposite things together to get a big reaction. You've got this gentle imagery smashed up against a harsh reality. The beauty of blossoms versus a ransom demand, the quiet of nature shattered by the panic of a crime. It's that collision, that crash, that gives us the shock.
Okay, so we know how he pulled it off, but the bigger question is, why? I mean, this isn't just some clever parlor trick. That shock is there for a reason. It's there to deliver a really powerful message about the world we're all living in.
And really, at its core, this poem is a critique of modern life. It's suggesting that that space we used to have for quiet, poetic thought, it's been invaded. It's been completely taken over by all the anxieties of our time. You know, crime, violence, and the cold hard reality of money.
And just think about that number for a second. 50,000. It's so specific, isn't it? So transactional. To just drop a hard dollar amount into a poetic form that's supposed to be about timeless things like love and nature, it's so jarring. It's like the language of business and materialism literally crashing a party in a sacred non-commercial space.
This points to something even deeper, something about language itself. What Violi is showing us is that a form, like the 5-line structure of a tanka, is just a neutral container. It's like a box. The same box that used to carry messages of love and beauty can just as easily be used to carry a threat. The container is the same, but what's inside has been twisted into something absolutely terrifying.
So let's wrap this up. Let's look at why this tiny little poem is actually considered such a powerful piece of modern art. What we're looking at here is what critics would call a perfect example of postmodernism. And postmodernism, it loves to do exactly this kind of thing. It mixes high culture, like the ancient Tanka form, with the gritty, low-culture language of a crime. It's all about challenging what we think a poem is supposed to be. It smashes beauty and violence together,
And it's got this dark, twisted sense of humor. I mean, calling this threat a Tanka, that's the punchline, and it's a deeply ironic one.
So really, when you put it all together, it's pretty amazing. In just 17 words, 17, Paul Violi pulls off something incredible. He takes this classical form known for being so gentle and beautiful, and he flips it into this sharp, shocking commentary on modern fear, money, and maybe even the loss of innocence. It is a total masterclass in how to be efficient and have a massive impact.
And that really leaves us with one last question to chew on, doesn't it? After seeing how easily a beautiful package can be used to hide a threat, it kind of makes you wonder. Think about all the beautiful language you hear every single day. You know, in advertisements, in speeches, all over the news. What might it be hiding? What harsh realities could be lurking just underneath that pretty surface?